Hello everybody. Today we will be doing a continuation of yesterday's the last class type 2 hypersensitivity. That is, we'll be studying about erythroblastosis fetalis. Now, what is this erythroblastosis fetalis? It is defined as a hemolytic anemia in the fetus caused by transplacental transmission the maternal antibody to the fetal RBC. That is basically what happens here is the maternal antibody that is produced. Mother produces antibody which may lyse the RBCs of the child and will result in the lysis of RBCs of the child and will cause hemolysis, and definitely the child may suffer anemia. Now, how does it cause? For that, as we had studied in the last class, that we should know about the blood grouping. If a person's blood group is, say it is A, blood group A, then the person will have RBC. On the RBC, antigen A will be present and antibody anti-B will be present in the serum. Similarly, if we say the person is blood group A positive, what does it mean? That means the person is having blood group on the RBC. The person has antigen A and D antigen on the RBC. Okay, if a person is, say, A negative, that means the person has A antigen on the RBC surface but lacks the D antigen. Okay, so this erythroblastosis fetalis happens if mother is negative, that is A negative or B negative or O negative, that is if the mother is Rh negative, then the erythroblastosis fetalis would occur. Now what happens? Now suppose if the mother is Rh negative, okay, and the fetus that is growing is Rh positive, then what happens? The mother is not having the antigen D on the RBC surface, but whereas the child is having the D antigen, so which means D antibodies can be produced against it. Now, if the child's blood comes in contact with the mother's blood, then there are chances, or what happens is the RBCs, if it mixes with the mother's blood, the D antigens which is present on the RBC enters into the mother's blood. Now for the mother, D antigen is a foreign substance because mother's blood do not have the D antigen. So what the mother will do, mother will start producing the antibodies against the D antigen. By the time the mother produces the D antibodies, the child's birth would have occurred. So now the mother, so for the first pregnancy and the first child, there is no problem. But what does this D antigens do? These D antigens will go and disrupt or lyse the RBC containing the D antigen from the fetus. Okay, now the mother has the anti-D Rh, that is D antigens present. Okay, but it does not affect the mother because the mother does not have the D antigens on her RBCs. The child had, but the child after delivery, the child is it doesn't affect the child. Now the mother has the D antigens antibodies now ready. Now if the D antigens enter, then these antibodies will go and bind to the antigens there on the RBC, and it follows the cycle, your hypersensitivity type 2. yesterday we had studied in the last class how it goes and attack the RBCs, maybe from complement or maybe through ADCC or through phagocytosis. Any of these things can happen, and the RBC would lyse. But here now the D antigens are not there, but the antibodies are ready. Now what happens is, that is during the second pregnancy, antibodies are ready inside the mother, and if the child happens to be, if the second child happens to be again Rh positive, that means the child has the D antigens on the RBC. Now these antibodies will go and attack the D antigens. That is the work of the specific antibodies, and it will go and attack the antigens, form antigen antibody complex, and hence ultimately all these antibodies will go and destroy the RBCs, resulting in something called as hemolysis of the RBC, because hemolysis, disruption of the RBCs, which will result in anemia. Obviously the child would die, isn't it? So this is what happens during the second pregnancy, so thus resulting in hemolytic anemia. Now this entire process is called as erythroblastosis fetalis, but this can be, this nowadays this complication does not happen. This happens only if the mother is Rh negative. Okay. Now this complication is now not seen because soon after the first pregnancy, before the mother produces the antibodies, injection called as Rogam is given to the mother, which will not allow the antibodies to be produced, or if produced it will neutralize these antibodies, so that during the second pregnancy, if the child is Rh positive, these antibodies cannot attack the D antigens on the RBC's surface of the child, and hence the child will be protected. So this is called as erythroblastosis fetalis.